There it is, folks. The dreaded maintenance required light on the 2013 Toyota Corolla. This is DIYDave, and we are hitting the ground running in 2020 with a real simple video today. We're going to be changing the oil on this 2013 Toyota Corolla 4-cylinder engine. This is a real simple video, and it's real similar to the other oil change videos we've done for the Lexus and for the Sienna, and even similar to the Ranger, although a Ranger isn't exactly a Toyota product. But this is just a great way to start the new year with a simple DIY video. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up for 2020, and we're thankful that you're joining us. So we're going to start the year off with a simple one. Oil change, Corolla, anybody can do it, and we're going to go ahead and get this one cranked out. There. We're jacked up on the jack stands. We got the wheels chalked. We got the parking brake set. We're going to crawl under here, get the drain pan out, put out our drain mat, get this thing drained and refilled. This engine with a filter change, 4.4 quarts of 0W20 motor oil. So let's get started. And once again, we're going with the original Toyota OEM filter, YZZ A6, available at your local Walmart, at least at my local Walmart, genuine Toyota parts, plus 5 quarts of SuperTech full synthetic SAE 0W20, certified to meet all relevant industry specifications. I have now moved all of my vehicles to this oil. It is super. I like it. It's about 15 bucks for a bottle this size, and I have no complaints. So some of you may disagree. Some of you may not like the fact that you sell it at Walmart. It's their house name, but it's made by the same company that sells Amazon Basics, and I like it. I've been totally happy with it. I have no hesitation using it. And I'll apologize in advance for any wind noise. It is a really windy, chilly morning or afternoon, and we've got a pretty good west wind, and it's making things a little bit chilly, in case you can't tell. nowadays have this cartridge filter replacement tool. Rather than a separate canned filter, they have a little cartridge. You loosen it with the cartridge, the special cartridge removal tool, and replace it with the new filter. You end up driving it with a 22mm 6-point socket, fits on the end there, and just loosen it up. Okay, we'll now take the 14mm ratcheting wrench onto the drain plug bolt and break that guy loose. And we will let that thing drain. And we'll give that a few minutes to drain. Okay, we've got about 5 minutes or so, maybe 10, that we've let this drain. And that last little drip I'm not going to be too concerned about. In fact, I'm going to move the camera over here a little bit because of where I have jack stands placed. Make sure you can see that all right. There. We're going to take our wrench . Thought I had it more snug. Oh, I have the wrong direction. There we go. I thought it was getting looser and it was. Now, I'm sure there is a factory torque spec. We'll put this to exact spec. I'm sure we'll get this to proper spec. But the most important thing is it just needs to be tight enough where it doesn't leak. And rarely do you need it more than good hand tight. So now we'll move on to taking the filter out. Okay. Making sure we can orient ourselves here. That is the oil filter housing right there. That's what we're aiming for. And doing this with one hand and doing the filming is a little difficult, but we'll give it a try. Now going to take the oil filter off with the official Toyota oil filter wrench. And hopefully from the last time I did this, I did not put this on so gorilla tight that it will become an exercise in gymnastics and strength to get it back off. We'll see. This is a 22mm 6-point socket, which really should fit on here, and it just doesn't seem to want to. I'm wondering if this thing has become rounded off to the point where I can't use it anymore. That would not be good. We are back from a quick trip to the local parts spa house, and we have picked up a 23 millimeter socket to try to drive our existing tool. But I concluded that if that tool is in fact so rounded off that it will no longer fit, and I would really have preferred a 6-point socket, they did not have one, I went ahead and I have purchased for myself a new wrench. I lost sight of the fact that that wrench, that removal tool, has been involved in a lot of oil changes over the last several years, so it might be time for a new one. But let's see what we can make this work. All right, here we go. Aha! Oh man! Woo! Doggies! Did not think I had put that on there that tightly before. But I did. Shame on me. Whoa. Nope, not yet. Okay, now we've got it loose enough. Now we're draining. Now we can get this guy loose. That was a booger bear. One of the things I was mentioning earlier, that I am using SuperTech oil for all of my cars now. In one of the other videos, if you've seen the one that I've done on the Lexus, where I have started using SuperTech oil, there was a comment left by someone that said he didn't think it made sense to have a car like a Lexus and use Walmart oil in it. Well, I tell you what, I certainly understand that sentiment. I don't agree with it, but I understand it, because you think a brand name like Pennzoil or Castrol, or there are plenty of other really good name brand oils, and I have nothing against any of those oils. But as I decided to experiment with SuperTech and looked at who made it and looked at the specifications, it met all the requirements for any other oil that I bought. And then once I used it a couple of times in the Sienna, in my Lexus, and in my son's truck, every time I used it, the oil that would come out looked good. It did not look exceptionally dirty or burned. And I think I'm consistent with that in what I'm seeing with this oil. This oil is about 500 miles overdue for a change. And even at that, I still see, as this drips, I still see a bit of a gold color to it. I mean, it certainly looks like it's ready to be changed, but I don't get the impression that it has this burnt or dirty or spoiled acrid smell that you sometimes get when the oil has really gone bad. So each of you has to make your own decision of what you think is best for your vehicles, but I have become a big fan of SuperTech, and since I can get a jug of it for $14.88, to me, that's going to be my choice from now on. Now, just for the sake of illustration here, notice how the edge of this tool has become rather worn. Actually, I think it's designed to use a 22 or 21 millimeter socket, but they just don't fit. The 23 millimeter socket that I bought actually fits rather snugly, but that's not what it's supposed to be used for. So either you can use a 23 millimeter socket on this rounded over one, or I bought a fresh new one, and that's probably what I'm going to start using. And I'll have that one for a spare. Now I just have to get this guy. Now I just have to get the new filter. Now, one thing we've got to do, we have to make sure that we replace this. One thing we have to do is replace this gasket. It may be a little hard to see, but in this first ridge, there's a gasket. Take that guy off. And here in the package is a brand new filter. Excuse me, brand new gasket. And these are very difficult to open with hands that are covered in oil. It's very, very slippery. There we go. Just used a key to open up now. We'll just, we'll get that a little bit moist. And then we will be sure to put it on that first edge right there. Swing it around. There. Make sure it is seated uniformly in that first, crevice in the filter cartridge. And then we will put this guy in there, like unto so. And we are good to go. Snaps in. Now we're ready to put that back in. Now, just as a matter of habit, and this is something my uncle taught me the first time he ever taught me how to change oil. And back then we just had the cartridge canister filters. We didn't have cartridge filters, but he was always really concerned about cross-threading things. So what he taught me to do was, when you first put a filter back in, rotate it counterclockwise until you feel that first tooth, that first thread lock in to the shaft, and then spin it on, and it should spin freely. Because if you do that, and you significantly reduce the risk of cross-threading it. Now, I say that you get my filter, because it felt like it was going on really smooth, and it felt like it bound up. So we're just going to make sure. Our gasket looks correct and we're seated in there correctly, so we're just going to put it back in here. There we go, that's better. There. Done. Now what we need to do is knock off the filter tool. There. We're done down here. All right. We're now going to put 4.4 quarts of 0W20 into ye old crankcase. Handy tip when you are opening a new jug of oil, be sure you cut away when you're opening a new jug of oil, like this new can or bottle. Be sure you peel away the sticker that covers the cap that covers the opening to the oil, so you don't accidentally pour the label into your oil. This holds 5 quarts, so we're going to dump in 4.4. See how close we are. That's about 3.5 quarts. That's 4. I just heard the sound of the oil cap getting knocked down. Hey, you gotta laugh. We'll find it. No sweat. You would not believe the ordeal we went through to find this oil cap. When I knocked it off, it fell behind the engine and it wedged inside a cross member that I had to crawl underneath and reach over to get to. And I had to have my wife come out here, and I had to have it off camera so she could hold a flashlight and aim it in the general direction where I knew it was but couldn't see it, and then reach on the top of the rail and then grab it. It's just one of those things that happens when you're changing oil and doing stuff like this. You gotta laugh. No big deal. We got it. It just delayed us by quite a bit. I've gone ahead and put the engine cover back on. We've already topped it off. We're going to seal it up. And we're just going to start the engine now, test for leaks, and we're going to be done. Alright, we took a look below. We've got no leaks. We're running good. We checked the level, which is a little bit of a cheat because we're elevated and the car is tipped at an angle, so the reading is not necessarily pure. So we're going to jack up the car, pull out the jack stands, drop it level, give it another reading, and we're going to call it good. Beautiful. It's a little hard to see on camera, but here's our stick. There's our low point and our high point. We want to be right in the middle. It's a little hard to see, but we are right smack in the middle. We're right where we want to be, so we're good to go. Okay, all that's left now is to reset the maintenance light button, and to do that I'm going to turn the key off. I'm going to press and hold this key, the odometer button, and now we see the odometer display blink. There, is all zeros. The maintenance light is out, and we are now finished with this oil change. Okay folks, well I think that's going to do it for this new DIY project, the oil change on the 2013 Corolla. It turned out to be a little bit more of an adventure than we expected, and maybe a little bit because it's pretty chilly out here this afternoon and a little bit windy. We lost an oil cap, we had to go chase it, minor details, but we got it done. 4.4 quarts of 0W20, new filter, tightened it up, checked for leaks, we're good to go. That's it. We've got a lot more videos coming this year. We're going to be doing some more stuff on the Sienna. I'm looking forward to doing one here in the next week or two on a headlight restoration video that I think will be a really neat one that will apply to all kinds of different cars, not just the Toyotas that I usually work on here at the house. We've got some more Toyota work. We've got some inside the house work we're going to plan on doing this year. It's going to look like we're going to be doing some remodeling. We're going to replace an old original toilet, replace a floor in the bathroom. A lot of projects coming up this year, and we love doing the DIY videos. Love to share the information. We want to thank all of our new subscribers. Our subscriber count has increased by about 60 or 70% since we started up doing these last year. Love all the new subscribers, love all the comments. Please subscribe, hit the bell, get notified, give us a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down, tell us what you don't like. We're here to help folks like me, DIYers who are not mechanics, we're not trained repairmen, do a few things around the house, do a few things in the garage, under the hood, do them ourselves, learn a little bit, save some money in the process. If you like that, please join our channel. We thank you for your visits. We thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to watch the videos that we put out. Have a blessed day, everybody, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye, everybody.